Barbie. I am Lillian Sim Burleson's daughter. I'm Eddie Burleson's sister. And I'm here because if I hadn't been here tonight, he probably would have haunted me all night tonight. He really fussed at Doris and I a lot because we did not come to the meetings. This was his love. He loved it more than anything. And JD, he really appreciated what you and John and Nancy and Hilda all have done, and all the rest of you that have done. For those of you that don't know anything about him, I jotted down a few things that I thought that you would like to know about him. These are the things that I call him Dwayne because my mother called him Dwayne. That was his middle name. But when he went in service, he went by his first name, Eddie, and his wife calls him Eddie. But things he loved was the memories of his childhood days and the friends that he had and the different things that they'd done while here in Stanley County, like the rowdy things, the mean things, driving fast and all that type thing. He loved his family and his friends in Illinois and here also in North Carolina. He loved dogs and he loved more dogs. He loved books, reading, anything he could find out about his ancestors, he loved it. He loved designing things and creating things on the computer and with his hands also. He made panels for the company he worked for that they were electrical panels that would make the machinery for True Well work. He loved talking an awful lot, like me. He liked laughing and he liked telling jokes. In the summertime, he liked to sit on the porch, on the front porch, and just sit out at night. He liked anything to do with nature. He liked traveling, he liked motorhomes, he liked campfires. And then I made a list of things that he really, really disliked. He disliked cancer. A whole lot. He disliked not being around for the next 10 years to see his grandchildren grow up. He disliked not being able to come back to North Carolina to see his family and friends for the last time. He disliked not being able to come to the BFRG meeting. That's why he fussed at Doris all the time, Doris and I, because we didn't come, because he wanted to be here. He wanted more than anything to go to a Burleson reunion one time. And he disliked not being able to stay as long as he would have liked to the times that he did come here, which usually he didn't get to stay much more. Counting his traveling time, he never stayed more than 3 or 4 days, really here. But he did appreciate so much what all of you had done, and he just thought it was great.
Yes, Eddie was he was not a member, he was never able to meet the group, but the group owes him a lot for the research that he did. And in the dedication that we made on the last book that we did, we dedicated it to Eddie in honor of and memory of Eddie, because it was him that gave me a picture that was enabled me to locate a grandfather or sister that I only knew by name. And Eddie, I've often said that one of the great things about the 10 years I've been associated with this is the people that I meet. And I could begin to mention the names, but I never met Eddie. But I called him a friend, and I talked to him all the time on the phone.
And he did you the same.
And
he told me also on the phone that when he got the book, that he just sat down and read it, that it was dedicated to him, and he cried. He said, I just busted out in tears because I felt like I was so undeserving, but yet I was honored for that to be dedicated to him.
well, I just think back in the last 10 years, the people that I wouldn't have known. Aaron Lorch, one of our charter members. I only knew him for a short 5-6 years, but he was a third cousin that I never would have known. But he was a great man that worked a lot with us. He was very instrumental, along with Eddie. I never would have known Lena. Lily was another one. She was so great.